Sounds drive. Sounds drive.
Welcome back to Best Benny, where we are on the hunt for the best Eggs Benedict ever. Today we're at STK in Toronto, and as always, we're going to use our scorecard to judge these Eggs Benedict based on our 10 different categories. The presentation, the base, the protein, the eggs, hollandaise sauce, sides, originality, overall taste, service, and value for a total score out of 100. This is such a cool building. It's so beautiful. It's in downtown Toronto, and the design is really, really special. It's unlike any other Eggs Benedict video we have done here before. Now we came here for one reason and one reason only. They have a Lobster Eggs Benedict. It isn't cheap. It runs $59 Canadian, but this thing has caviar hollandaise with lobster and baby spinach. This is going to be a good one. But we couldn't get that alone, so we also got some Alaskan red king crab to go along with it. To our surprise and delight, we are greeted with this complimentary maple brown sugar peanut buttery. I don't even know how to describe this thing. I don't want to know how many calories are in it. We get some bottomless mimosas and we get this thing going. The butter pouring off this thing was just, it was really a really nice way to start. It was a little bit filling. The food comes out and we eat with our eyes. The presentation on this one, oh man, this thing looked really, really good and came out really hot. Presentation, they are getting a 10 out of 10. It looked and smelled amazing. It came on this really cool, large, specially engraved STK cutting board, which is super unusual, and it was just so visually appealing. 10 out of 10 for presentation on this one. For the base, we're giving it an 8 out of 10. It is on an English muffin, but this thing is done right. This is not a store-bought Dempster's English muffin. They know what they're doing. Probably made it on in-house buttery with this perfect little char right on the edges. So 8 out of 10 for the base. Protein, 10 out of 10. Come on, we have a Lobster Eggs Benedict. It's really one of a kind, and it's a generous amount of lobster. It's no tiny little skimpy little piece. Like, it's a healthy, generous, large serving of lobster. Arguably one of the most important parts of the Eggs Benedict, it's got it in the name, it's the eggs. They got to be poached, and we want to see them poached right. These guys, 10 out of 10. Absolute perfection. They were poached by the egg poaching gods themselves. They were big. They were just everything you want to see from a perfectly soft, runny, gooey egg with a little bit of that white protein coming off of it. It was art. It was art that was about to go in our mouths, and I don't think we've had a better poached egg on this channel to date. For the hollandaise, we're giving them an 8 out of 10. This thing had caviar. It was really tasty, a little lemony, a little zesty, with that nice caviar taste. Super unusual, super good. Only suggestion is a little bit more with the amount of lobster that you got and the size of this egg. I mean, this egg is on steroids. There's so much going on this bun. We felt like it just needed a little bit more of that hollandaise sauce to score a couple points higher. This thing was pretty close to perfection. The sides, we're giving them a 7 out of 10. So they were solid French fries, but they're still just French fries. We're eating a Lobster Eggs Benedict with a caviar hollandaise here. Come on, man. Really good French fries, but I think we would have liked to see just something a little bit more creative or original than French fries. Although they were really good, they're getting a 7 out of 10 for the sides. Originality, we're giving them a 10 out of 10. This is truly original. It's a one of a kind. You're not going to find it at every brunch spot that you walk into. I don't know if you're going to find it anywhere else, actually, to be honest. So for originality, these guys are definitely using their inner original creative chef minds, and we were very impressed with this one. Now for service, this is a high-end dining restaurant. Entrees are starting between $60 and $100, and the service definitely matched what you would expect from a place like this. We're giving them a 10 out of 10. Super, super attentive. Your glass is never empty. Someone is always there filling it up for you, bringing another mosa. How's the food tasting? Can we get you something? Then they sent over the manager of the restaurant halfway between the meal. I don't know if they noticed that we were recording or not, but the service was really just outstanding. we're giving them a perfect score of 10 out of 10. They were awesome. Okay, it was not cheap. The bill came out to $275, but the Eggs Benedict was only $60 of that bill. So for value, it's actually not that bad. We're gonna give them a 7. Why? $60 seems a lot for one dish for brunch, but you got a lot of lobster. So we're not basing it just on price. In terms of value, I felt like it was pretty good value just for the amount of meat that was there. And you have to also take into account where you're eating. It's not just a family run. Sometimes you get lucky with amazing Eggs Benedict and a hole-in-the-wall diner. We're at a very high-end restaurant. So for value, I think it's very fair amount of food. We're giving overall taste 10 out of 10. This thing is just perfection. It's buttery, it's seafood, but brunch with the hollandaise, the caviar, the perfect bun, the Eggs Benedict. You scoop it all up with the fries and the saltiness. Oh, this is what it's about. This is why we have this channel, because we're on the hunt. We're on the hunt for these sorts of Eggs Benedict perfection. This wasn't just brunch. This was more of, I would say, an experience. Would highly recommend going and checking this place out. They also do bottomless mimosas on the weekends. All right, we look at the score. We tally it up, our criteria, our scorecard out of 10, and it comes out to a 90 out of 100. Currently, this is our highest scoring Eggs Benedict here on the channel, and it is well deserving. This is so delicious. And that's it. If you're a foodie, you like us and love Eggs Benedict, make sure to subscribe and follow us as we continue our hunt for the best Eggs Benedict ever. Bye for now.